As it is our first Love Talk show presenting, we would like to introduce ourselves, speak a little bit about us. So we are here at a cinema, which is a place we enjoy coming, right? To watch movies together.
One of our favorite places to go.
Yeah, to hang out. It's where we talk, we unwind, right? Because of the business of the work, there's not much time to do this, but when we have some time, we like to watch movies together. And it's good because since focus is something so important on a movie theater, on a film, as it is on TV, it's also so important in a relationship. As we are saying, usually a relationship starts off well because the focus is on helping one another. When they look at the problems, they look at the problems in the sense of helping out. How
in a
can
positive way. Huh?
In a positive way. They try to focus on the qualities, and the virtues, rather than the person's flaws, right? So focus is extremely important. We were introduced to one another by a mutual friend at work.
Yes.
And at the beginning, we started talking. We went, I think, to the cafeteria, yes? We started to talk.
Yes, a cafeteria.
And you shared a little bit of your life with me.
Yes, I started to share my life, how was my childhood, and what was my goal for the future, and what I liked, what I didn't like. Yeah. And we saw that we had the same goals, huh? Yeah,
quite. It was, and from there, it just evolved, right, into, I would say the feelings came later, but we tried to have a more rational approach to love rather than emotional. It's not that love doesn't involve emotions, it does, but it cannot only be about emotions. And you started to share that with me, I shared with you. Then we went to speak to each other's families, yeah?
Yes.
And her family was quite open, my family also was quite open to her, and we saw we were compatible, yeah? We gave love a chance, and the same year we married, the same year we met, we got married. We got married at the same year. It's been 18 years now.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, happily married.
Yes.
Of course, we not.
But not.
We had to grow together and learn from our mistakes.
We didn't have any major serious issue, but there were issues. There were issues, and especially I would say mostly on my end, because the problem I had was we have a very different background. She grew up on a Christian home, yeah? You had principles, you had discipline. Her parents were ministers. I had no Christian background, so it was very different in the beginning what I expected. Even though I was not raised in a Christian background, my background was to be very disciplined. I had very strict parents. Her parents were working, right? They were doing ministry work basically every day, most of the time. So they were more like laid back with things at home, and I wasn't. So in the beginning, I was trying to implement that discipline, thinking that I was doing a good thing, being very strict on time. And I could say that for years, right? For a good 7 years in our relationship, when we argued, when there was a disagreement, it was mostly on my part. Why are you not ready on time? And why? And you, right, would be thinking to yourself, but why doesn't he understand that? Don't take the same time.
My part, I was very emotional. I was closing myself and just cry.
Cried every day. Which made me more frustrated.
Yeah, and he was very irritated the time that I was crying.
I think with women, of course, it's not being general, or it's just the way things are. It's like women are more intuitive, and they expect that men are intuitive too, and oh, he should know. I think you were thinking he should know.
Understand me.
But you were not communicating.
Yeah, no.
So we men are not as intuitive as women are, And we need to be told sometimes, I'm not happy about this. You have to do this way. And not assume. She was assuming that I would know, and I wouldn't understand why she wasn't speaking. So there was this clash in the beginning. Those were, I would say, the most difficult years. But then, practicing intelligent love and learning. We did a marriage course. This really helped us, especially on my end, to understand the mistakes that I was making. And I didn't focus, there we go, focus again, on fixing her, but I shifted focus on working on myself. On the other hand, she did the same.
Yeah, I did the same. And I stopped being emotional, I stopped trying to make him to understand me. So I started to invest in myself and learn from my mistakes.
And you know what was nice about this? This is when I could say this was a turning point in our marriage, because working on myself allowed me to start seeing things in her. It's not that I didn't see it before, but I didn't appreciate as much as I do now, such as her humor, her problem-solving skills, her qualities, right? That before I wouldn't appreciate. And we started working better as a team rather than just, right?
Yeah.
You not speaking and I'm
Individual,
wondering and asking, say something, speak about. So I started to see these qualities, more than before. And that's what made a very big difference in our marriage, yeah?
In my part, I became mature because I stopped being so emotional and tried to make you to understand me. So the relationship, while I was investing in myself, I was growing. I have something in me that I'm not negative, I'm a positive. I see all the time there is something good, even with problems, even when something bad happens, I try, and I can see something good can come out of it.
Yeah, this is something we learned together. When we started to fight against the problems rather than trying to critique one another or just be quiet, just be silent, we learned from one another. This is part of intelligent love. You learn from one another, you learn from your mistakes, you adapt. You don't say, oh, this is just me. This is the way that I am. This is how I used to think before, and now I understand that there were many things in me that I had to change, and why not? So we are very excited about being the new presenters of the Love Talk Show. We have a lot of good surprises lined up with this new season, and what we hopefully want to accomplish is to help couples. We know that majority of the problems we have in our society today are either directly or indirectly related to love life issues, marital issues, loneliness issues. So hopefully for the single, those in a relationship, and those who are married as well, the Love Talk Show will bring a lot of good tools, right? Problem-solving tools, practical tips on how to steer your relationship through intelligent love to happiness.
These days, I believe that many people, they gave up on love. They don't believe in love anymore. And I'm sure that through our story and many other stories they're going to bring in the program and topics, help people to start believing again in love.
Yeah, to inspire them,
Inspire
right?
them.
To give once again love a chance. This is a little bit of our story. We hope you enjoyed it, and excuse us now because we need to have our
own time.
moment here to enjoy
Each other
the movie.
and the
Each
movie.
other and the movie, yeah? Very good.